Good morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat yet again for another little bite size of our yoga practice, 20 minutes every day. Today is a gorgeous request for a beautiful friend of mine. I said, I'm uninspired, and she said to me, what about shoulders? So super shoulders is coming your way, Miss Tony, just for you today. And it got me to thinking about shoulders. Shoulders are a huge area of tension, tightness, and if we think about it, I think it's the Greek god Atlas that held the world on his shoulders. So symbolically, which is what the skull and the brain are symbolically, you know, the world is up there. So and that's why we get the stiffness. That's symbolically, that's how we feel. When we feel like there's a weight on us, we're not coping, the shoulders, the neck get very stiff and very tight. So I've got these super shoulders. I've got this fantastic practice I want you to let go and give your shoulders a little bit of suppleness today. So bare feet, shoes off, let's go. Let's crank out a little bit of shoulder work. So the first thing I actually want you to do, come on down, is just stand. But I want you, so I'm going to start standing, a bit funny today. I want you to just lift the shoulders and just roll your arms. Bring your hands down by your sides, let the weight of the fingers just feel like your shoulders are just drifting away from your ears. And the first thing I just want you to consider is just feeling a little bit of stability in there. So as your shoulder blades slide into your back and you stand with those shoulders nice and free, I want you to really take support from that, take comfort from what that sensation feels like. And the other thing would be just take a couple of breaths here. Just really just take a big breath in and a big breath out, and feel how your shoulders rise and fall. One more, breathe in and breathe out. Gorgeous. So you remember that there's supposed to be movement. They're not meant to feel stiff. Let's go. Let's inhale. We're going to raise these arms all the way up. Let's keep the hands at shoulder distance. Let's make our shoulders shoulder distance by giving them a bit of space. Make sure your head and your neck always do a little side to side, nothing too major. And your shoulders are dropping away from your ears. You don't want to feel jammed and crammed here. Bringing the fingers, interlacing them together, and we're going to turn those heels and just take a nice, gorgeous stretch up. Again, not jamming, we're not up here, just a nice, steady, we're going to take a big breath in here. And as we breathe out, we're just going to slowly just do a little stretch over to the side and back to the center. And as we exhale, just take a little bit of stretch all the way over. All right, that upper back gets stiff and tight, so turn the knuckles facing forward, hands coming down to shoulder height. Take a nice big breath in here. And as you breathe out, I want you to shoot your hands forward and send your scapulars back. So we just want to stretch out when we want softness here. Soft shoulders, super shoulders need softness. They need room to move. So make sure the head isn't jammed, but you just feel that gorgeous upper back. Just stretching out. Let's bring the shoulders back, arms all the way up, and just scoop your hands all the way down by your side. Let's do a little bit of rotation, because often we get a little bit stiff in the movement itself. It's not always the muscles. So have a little go at this one. As you inhale, let's start just scooping the hands forward until your palms come together, and just like a little drawing up through the fingertips, up over your head. Start separating the hands and swooping them. Just follow your rotation, whatever that feels like for you. Hands come back down by the sides. Let's go one more round. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Just feel that. You may feel, I can hear a little bit of creaking and groaning going on in one of my shoulders. Let's take it the other direction now. So start with your palms together, swoop them down by your sides. And so this is real intuitive. When you will know exactly when to feel what to do with your arms. It will just start to happen up and over your head. Let's go one more round. So the knuckles push back and you're just following the movement that your shoulders can offer you, and all the way back down to where we started. Hands all the way back down. And check it in. Oh my God, already feeling kind of amazing in there. How simple was that? All right, we're going to hit the mat. No, we're not. We're going to stay standing just for a moment and do a little bit more of that work. So I want you to come around. You stay standing facing me so you can see. Arm coming to the side so you can see what I'm going to be doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be swooping my arms out to the sides, making space, as if you're drawing, pulling out through your fingertips. I'm going to rotate it so my palms are facing up to the ceiling. And as I breathe out, I'm going to reach back. And firstly, we're just going to hold these elbows. So it looks like this behind. But I want you to feel your shoulders rolling back. Your chin is nice and soft, and just feel that movement in there. Very, very gently. See if you can release. I'll come to the back. Release the hands. See if you can get your knuckles together, and we're going to try to just roll in the wrists. See if you can bring the palms together in Namaste, and we're going to see if you can slide those elbows. So it feels like you're pulling. Can you see it from the front? It feels like you're rolling your shoulders and pulling your elbows back. We can take this into, let's take the right foot stepping forward and the left foot stepping back. And as we inhale up, keeping those elbows up. As we exhale, let's just take this into a little forward stretch here. Not slumping down. Remember, we're working on the shoulders today. So just keeping your elbows lifted. Inhale, lift your head and your heart. Keeping the action going. Don't let the shoulders, keep them rolling back. And pressing your palms together will remind you to stay really active in there. Let's swap it over to the other leg. Left leg forward, inhale up, heart's open, and as you exhale, elbows staying up like little beautiful butterfly wings. Imagine them like your wings behind you. They give you lightness and they give you a bit of suppleness. And as you inhale, lift your head and slide yourself all the way up. And doesn't that feel nice? So you should feel a little bit of heat in there. You can feel the circulation already. You feel those muscles, yeah? Feeling a little bit looser and a little more gorgeous. All right, super. All right, we're going to sit down. I'm not making this up as I go. There's heaps to show you, and I'm just working out the best way to do it. So we are going to sit ourselves down for these next couple. Coming down, just sitting in Sukhasana, easy pose, easy legs, easy cross legs, however you want to sit. We're focused on these shoulders a little bit today. So the one of the main ones I want to get used to is this idea of, because when we feel like the weight of the world is on us, we collapse in here, yeah, and it makes us feel, oh. So, you know, think of this work as your shoulders as feeling optimistic and capable again. So let's let those shoulders come up, roll them back and down. You feel your scapulars into your back, and let's lift the heart. Just don't let the head drop all the way back here. It's optimistic, heart open, and you can take that oxygen into your chest, into your lungs, and just feel that region around. So the arms, you're not hanging here. You are oxygenating. You're getting that circulation moving around your shoulders, and coming back out is bring your Hands forward, your chin back to your chest was what I was thinking about there. All right, let's try a little bit of work. This one is called Garudasana or Eagle Pose. We're going to stretch both arms out in front of us, palms facing down, taking a big breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to swoop our right arm over our left, turn the left palm to the ceiling and the right palm, seeing if you can make a little bind in here, like little eagle wings. And just raising the elbows, guys, I can't really see you through here, but raising the elbows so that they're at shoulder height. And just soften your face and just let your gorgeous shoulders just stretch open. Those, mostly we're working on those muscles. Those muscles are big, thick muscles because they attach your head onto your body and they work hard to hold your head upright all day. So let's just let them soften, gently release, unfold back out to the side and coming back to the front. Swapping over other sides, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, left arm over right, right palm facing your face, and then that left palm comes around as well. And just feel yourself just sinking in, breathing into it. Besides we're doing shoulders, absolutely delicious pose if you're feeling a little anxious or a little overwhelmed. It shuts out the outside world so you can just turn back in on yourself. And as you inhale, just swoop the arms, hands together in Namaste. Doesn't that feel amazing? Let's just do another little movement. So from here, we're going to sweep the palms in Namaste and we're going to scoot the arms out. And we're going to take them up, but keeping the shoulders down. So just like we did when we were standing, see if you can bring the palms together, seated mountain. And as you exhale, just bring them back down through the center and back down through the heart. And hands down by your sides. Doesn't it feel gorgeous already? Can you feel the heat, the warmth? Your muscles really perform better when they're quite warm. And what we're doing, guys, is putting really good circulation in there. All right, let's have another little crack. This one is called Gomukhasana or cow face pose. I'm thinking I better come, let's just see how we go. I might have to turn around halfway through. So as we inhale, we're going to raise the right arm up and you're going to rotate it so the palm turns around looking behind you. Try to lift a long way. And then you're going to bend at your elbow and see if you can get your palm to push. I'll get into it and then I'll turn around so you can see what's going on. Your palm pushing in. Make sure this isn't pushing your head forward. So you might just need to move the elbow out to the side just a little bit. Right, with your left arm, palm is facing down to the mat. Now you're going to rotate it. Turn it so your palm is facing behind you. Now, I want you to bring the whole arm back. Feel like you're drawing your shoulder all the way back. We're not bending the arm yet. Arm is still straight. And then start scooping your hand around behind you, but your arm is still straight. It's really important. And at the very last minute, it's like when we did those big circles. At the very last minute, your elbow has to move. Now, let me turn around so you can have a little look-see and see how that all rolled. And keep lifting, feeling like that elbow is lifting to the ceiling. Let me come back around so I can see how it's going. Gorgeous. And when you come out of it, is release the fingers and just unfold those arms. And up we go, straight into our left hand side. So palm is facing forward to begin with, and we want to turn it. So the thumb goes outside, the palm is behind us. We're lifting, we're making some glorious space. We're going to bend at the elbow, and there goes our hand. Remember, move it out the way so you're not pushing your head forward. Trying to give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing well. The right arm extends out, palm down, and you're going to turn it, the palm up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, keep the arm straight, bring the shoulder back, keep the arm straight, and eventually you bend. So the very last thing that happens is a little bend in the elbow. The thing I see all the time is just trying to bend it just a bit too quick, but you lose the movement out of the shoulder. So sit into that, guys. Smile to your super shoulders and very, very gently release your hands, and you can come all the way out. Scoop them in and reflect on it, check it out, see how glorious that feels right behind you. Don't panic if you can't, connect. It takes practice. You do it over and over and over and you repeat it. All right, gorgeous things, over onto your knees and your hands. And let's get into a little bit of stretch for the shoulders. So we're going to do puppy pose, Shimasana it's called. We're sending the right hand forward and the left hand forward. We're going to take a big breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to bow the head down towards the mat. And this is the way we can learn to really trust our shoulders by needing their support. So we need them to come to our little party that we've got going on here. And as we inhale, you're going to lift your head, and from here we're going to drop down onto our forearms. We're going to come into a thing called praying child. So we're going to scoot those knees a little wider perhaps, big toes together, palms together. And as you exhale, we're going to sink the hips down onto the heels and let the hands come all the way over our head, with the thumbs resting on the back of your spine. Gorgeous. And as you inhale, just drop the hands, walk the hands back up under your shoulders. And you can scoop yourself up, bring those knees together. And I'm going to get you to float all the way around. Float, make that nice and light. And we're going to do alignment for the shoulders now, because sometimes, especially when we end up asymmetrical. So we're going to put our shoulders back into the place they're meant to be, particularly when we feel really overwhelmed, we feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. As I said before, particularly with the seated life that we lead, we round, don't we? So, but your shoulders for support actually need to be back here and down. So a great way to do that is using the earth. So I want you just to roll yourself down, so you're lying down on your back. All right, to get the shoulders down, first thing I want you to do, let's get the spine down. So I want you to pick your feet off the floor, hands around the front of the knees, beautiful people, and just bring the knees into your chest. We're aligning the hips and sacrum. Bring the feet back down to the mat. This time I want you to press into your elbows, and I want you to lift your shoulders off the mat. And you'll feel your shoulder blades immediately drop into place. And then I want you to just drop your upper back down onto the mat. Pick up your head now and let your chin come down towards your chest. And I just want you to close your eyes just for a moment. I want you to feel where your shoulders are sitting, all gorgeous and open. Now we're going to put a little bit of pressure in here. So I want you to bring your knees together and then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. This is a pose called Viparita Karani, or legs up pose. And as you inhale, if this feels nice for you and you'd like to take your arms up and over your head with just the pointer fingers just touching, and just what we're doing is just using our body just to press our hips and our shoulders back down into the mat to give them, some really nice alignment where everything else will take its alignment from. Coming back down is bend your knees, and then I want you to bring your hands out to the two sides, palms facing down, keeping both your shoulders grounded. So don't let one shoulder swoop off the mat here. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, just follow both your knees as your spine just rotates over to that right hand side, and let your head just naturally just follow as it looks a little bit over the left shoulder. And your work is to keep that left shoulder down. We want to open across the chest here. Inhale back to the center. And as we exhale, we're just going to roll. Just follow your shoulders all the way over to the other side, looking out over your right arm, and as you inhale, bring it all the way back in. Hug those knees into your chest, roll over to your right hand side, and let's come back to hands at the heart. And let's just spend just a moment just softening the shoulders, dropping your hands down, so 1, 2, neck and shoulders all joined together. So we're going to finish with just a tiny little neck release, which just feels amazing. All you want to do, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, just let your chin drop towards your chest. And inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, just feel like your chin is looking up to the sky. And back to the center. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, right ear to right shoulder, not the shoulder creeping. It's not trying to touch, it's not meant to touch. And inhale back to the center, and left ear, left shoulder, and inhale back to the center. Final one is taking a little twist in it. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, turn your head to look out over your right shoulder. There's a super temptation to let that right shoulder creep. Don't. Let the shoulders be where they are. Inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, looking out over that left shoulder, all those big sternocleidomastoid muscles that hold your head on top of your spine. Your shoulders are kind of the conduit of all of that. Back to the center, hands at the heart. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And feel your shoulders just sink. One more breath and we're done here. Breathe in and breathe out. And namaste. So thank you so much for joining me. Super shoulders, I reckon that should be volume 1. I reckon there's at least 10 volumes. I've got so many poses to help get the suppleness in your shoulders. So stay tuned, subscribe, share to everyone you know that does feel the weight of the world or just feels a bit stiff and tight. Please share me, and because I'll be back, there'll be a lot more shoulder work going on. Have a gorgeous day with your super shoulders, and see you soon.